All right, time for a little bit more nutrition. I had to wait until whatever was going on outside stopped going on. But yeah, now it's quiet and we can get back into this. So, Gatorade Mashups. They're doing this as a limited time summer thing, I'm assuming. It's Cool Blue and Fruit Punch, two iconic flavors in one. Anybody who's watched any of my stuff for long enough knows that I've always got Gatorade in my fridge or on camera with me or whatever. I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say this is like if you poured Fruit Punch and Cool Blue into one bottle and shook it up and then drank it. I know that back in the day when I used to play sports, I would have like half drank bottles of whatever, and I would just pour them together and then throw it in my hockey bag and then use that for the next game I was playing in or whatever. So it's not good for you probably, but what are you gonna do? All right, let's see how this tastes. It just smells like the fruit punch. And it tastes like the sugar-free version of it. It just literally tastes like you poured the two together. It has like that hollow taste to it that you get from things that are sugar-free. This isn't sugar-free. It's regular Gatorade. It's pretty much what I assumed it would taste like. So all right, bye everybody. Not really missing anything here other than you taste it, and yeah, it has the artificial vibe of what you get, but then it has like that missing piece that pulls them together. You definitely get hints of both. Like it doesn't taste more like one than the other, but it also doesn't taste enough like either to register. And I drink a lot of Gatorade. I would probably say that that kind of zing of the fruit punch you get a lot more than the blue in it. What's that thing? It's like if you just order Gatorades by the color. If you know the names of them, you're an undercover cop. I remember I saw that somewhere. This was the only one that I saw of the mashups. It would be interesting for some of like the funkier ones, like purple, which is great because I am an undercover cop. But it'd be interesting to see if those kind of things complement each other a little bit more than the Cool Blue and the Fruit Punch. Like, not that they wouldn't complement each other because they are like the base things. Like it's like orange, yellow, the blue, and the red are kind of the standard Gatorade. So you would think that they would work well together, but they don't. Not that they don't counter each other. It's just that they don't leave any kind of impact. There's no discernible taste to it. Again, it is just like somebody in the factory just poured half of one, half of the other into a bottle, shook it up, and then gave it to me to do this for a YouTube video. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's not bad, but it's just also not anything. This was a bad idea on my part. There was a bunch of other weird ass sodas there, or pops, depending on what part of the country you're in. And I was like, oh, I could have done that, but let me try this. It's a Gatorade one. I've always got Gatorade, and there's nothing offensive about it. Like if I was sweating and needed to replace electrolytes, this would be inoffensive. But if it's just something to drink while kicking around, it's nothing. So yes, it's not a negative review. It's just, and it's barely a review. It's just a bunch. It's a word salad for what is essentially they had extras and they just poured them into another bottle, and that's what you get for the Cool Blue and the Fruit Punch. I usually get the blue most of the time. I really like that one, and that one has a specific taste to it. And the Fruit Punch has like I can't explain it. It's like which is very eloquent for me as someone who reviews items. Fruit Punch does have like a specific zing to it, an aftertaste to it. This has a faint bit of that, but again, there's just nothing in the middle of it to hold it together to be its own something. You could have put these into something like you know, with the packaging, you could have done something that was more like a bomb pop. But I guess whatever Logan Paul's company did that, they did like a bomb pop one, and it wasn't bad. It was all right. But you could have done something like that with this, and worked in the fruit punch and the cool blue instead of just like half-heartedly pouring two things into one bottle. And that's kind of what it feels like it is. So yeah, not a fan of this one. Not very good. And I've had some bad Gatorades before. There's like that like cactus one was no good. I remember this weird dude who used to come to the Wayne Theater. I think we've talked about him a bunch of times. He had one of those like jobs where like you like give out free samples, and they wanted people to try that cactus whatever one, and they gave us like those little bottles, and I remember tasting it and being like, this is fucking awful. And anything with kiwi in it, I'm not a big kiwi fan. I remember having a couple Gatorades were no good that had the kiwi stuff in it. But then again, I've only had it as like an artificial thing. I've never had like actual the fruit itself. You know, I've only had like the things that are tangentially based on the fruit's essence. But yeah, it's cold. It's been in my fridge for a couple days, so I'll give it that. But again, if it was something where I was just out playing a sport and just needed something to quench my thirst or whatever, fine. But it's just something to drink for a Gatorade, not very good at all. So I would not recommend the Gatorade Mashups. Pretty bad idea. Seems like a very cheap idea, but they got my money, so fuck me, right? That's it. That's all I got for this one.